So for me, my 40s have been pretty much like a state of mourning. Like I mourn my youth and I miss it. And I just fear getting older. And so that has made me not embrace the current state and age that I'm in. And I feel like that's just taking away from this time in my life. And I just don't know how not to mourn like my youth, and appreciate where I'm at. But I find myself like constantly like reminiscing about even like 10 years ago. And it's just like life happens in the blink of an eye. And it just makes me scared to get older. I'm probably just being emo because I'm a perimenopausal bitch.
That's because, obviously, life was lived without values, without purpose. If only they lived a life worth their while, they wouldn't be here mourning online.
I've waited for my husband for so many years, and I'm just getting mad, and I'm about to turn 40. There's a lot of stress on me right now. What is this one for?
We're doing your pre-treatment scale, which is your annual screen.
Blood work came back normal, hormone levels are normal. So we're gonna proceed with the process of building these eggs.
I'm doing a double injection.
I was just one. I actually had another reaction. A big blessing.
Well, if it isn't that feminism that caught up to them in time. Nobody warned them about all this. This is the other side of their freedom.
There's a grief that happens when you're a single woman in your 40s that doesn't get talked about enough. It's the grief of the life that you've imagined. And honestly, no one really prepares you for this kind of grief. It's the relationship you thought you'd have, the family you pictured, the version of you thought you'd become. And it hits at like random moments. On the holidays, of course, and you're hanging out with your friends who have kids, or you're just randomly at Target and you see a couple holding hands. But please hear me. Feeling that grief doesn't mean you messed up your life. It means you're human. And it means that you're smart. You're allowed to grieve what didn't happen and still build something beautiful from here.
I am 39 years old and I'm about to turn 40 in a little over 7 months, and I'm really freaking out about it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if this is every person's experience when they get to this milestone age, but last night I woke up with a lot of anxiety and just this overwhelming feeling that like I'm so behind in life, and there's also this like grief that comes with it as well. Because I'm not married and I don't have children, which are two things that I want and have wanted for a while. And I guess it just feels like there's this grief of like, that may not happen for me in this lifetime. And that makes me feel really sad. I'm not childless by choice. I respect people that do decide that children aren't something that they want, and I understand that. But I guess I just feel there's just a lot of incoming grief. I feel like I've also just been so burnt out by men, especially in the last 2 years. And it's like, everybody says it, I'm no exception, but dating life is rough out there. And I'm having a really hard time making peace with where I'm at in my life and my age. And having to get to a point where I accept that like maybe I'm not going to get the things that I thought I was gonna get in this life.
Feminism has instilled in us that not being married and having children is a road to fulfillment. It isn't. It's possible the reason you feel this way is because of the lie we have been sold.
No one tells you just how lonely your 40s can be. Welcome to part 3 of the things people don't tell you about being in your 40s. Your 40s can feel really lonely no matter how many people you're surrounded by. Your kids start growing up. Your career may not feel as fulfilling as it did previously. Friendships drift. It's a lot of like quiet, unseen grieving while you're trying to hold it all together so that no one sees you crack. And if you feel this way, you're not doing it wrong. You're just human. And this is what happens. Your 40s are full of these uncomfortable transitions that not a lot of people talk about, especially women. We just kind of push through it. We keep on keeping on, all the while feeling this like sense of discomfort, for lack of a better phrase. And I think what everyone needs to know is that this is very, very normal, and that just because you're feeling all of this doesn't mean that your life is over. It means you're clearing space for what's next. And believe me, you best believe something is next. We're only in our 40s. It's a weird feeling, right? I'm 47 and a half, and it's a weird feeling. I'm like, God damn, I am rapidly approaching 50. And that's a weird feeling. It's a weird feeling for me to watch my 16-year-old son, who is over 6 foot and over 180 pounds, walk out of this house on his own and do things without me. It's a weird feeling to think that he's going to be in college in 2 years. It's a weird thing to me to think about my career and that I thought maybe I would be further along than I am now, yet it's all weird and it's all uncomfortable, but it's not over. You're making space for what's to come. And I've heard that the 50s are very freeing time in a woman's life. If you're 50 or over, comment below and let us know how you feel. If you know someone who's in their 40s and feeling this discomfort, send this over to them. I think we all need to know that we're not alone. This is very normal shit we're feeling. And let's build our happy little community and support each other. Happy Monday, y'all.
When women walk away from the essential things in life, this is ultimately how they end up as. Sad as it must be, there's not much that can be done now.
Women over 35 have hit the wall. This is true and untrue at the same time, and let me explain why I say this, okay? For my professional expertise, I have worked with hundreds of women, and I have worked with a lot of women over the age of 35. Now, there's a group of those women who have absolutely no issues with dating. No issues with encountering men who want to be with them, who want to commit to them, who want to be serious about them. Then you have another group of women who have a very difficult time with those exact same things. Now, I want y'all to remember that. The thing that young women have on their side is youth. So women in their early 20s, mid 20s, you know what I'm saying? Even like this 20s period, but especially like the early and mid. They are young, they're supple, right? They're impressionable. Right? They don't have certain baggage that older women have. And because of their youth, and especially because they're attractive, they don't have to be so smart, right? They don't have to have, certain levels of integrity. They don't have to have a high standard of character because they have youth on their side. And all of us as women have gone through this process of having youth on our side. So if you were to put a woman who is 25 in the same room as a woman who is 35, and these women have a lot of the same things, so maybe the same height, same weight, same physical appearance, so on and so forth. And both of those women have bad character, bad personality. Both of those women are not easy to be with. If a man had to choose, like, hey, I have to choose a woman, he's likely going to choose the younger one. However, let's go back to what I was talking about initially, where I said there are two categories of women over 35. One that has absolutely no issues with men. Men will still marry them. Men still want to be with them. And the ones who a man would not spit on them if they were on fire. The reason for that is they have bad character. They have a bad personality. They don't have the wisdom. They don't have the intellect. They don't have the things that they should have at their age. They make life hard, not just for themselves, but the people around them. Then we want to add the fact that they are out of their prime. They're out of the typical baby making ages. So yes, women in that category have hit the wall. But the women in the category who know themselves, who take care of themselves, who don't have bad character, who's a pleasure to be around, who don't take nobody's shit, but also is respectful, those women over 35 will never have a problem. Men will still gravitate towards them because a man over 35, if he's a high caliber man, he typically doesn't want a younger woman because she does not have the wisdom, she does not have the life experience or the conversation that would even excite him, that is even something he'd be interested in. So ladies, if you're over 35 and you don't want to hit the wall, be a better person. Stay safe.
It's not about dating. Can they actually bring value where the man actually takes them off the scene? How can a man truly know that a woman truly loves him if she's financially dependent on him?
When I say that modern dating is just infuriating, I feel like the only way for people to get just how it is out here is for us to be sharing our stories. This man has been hitting on me for 3 years, if not longer, just swiping up on my story, various things, right? And I am the type of person that unless you say something with your chest, I am not going to pay attention to you. Like, sure, yeah, thank you for the compliment, but otherwise, like, what are you doing here? It's Christmas time. I guess this man is feeling jolly. And Christmas Eve, he swipes up on my story. I tell him thank you. And he goes, yeah, I asked Santa for your number. I'm hoping he's going to leave it at midnight. I'm going to check in the morning and I'm going to leave out milk and cookies. And I was like, oh, 3 years in and he finally takes the plunge. Oh my God. So he sends me a Snapchat of the inside of his stocking and he's like, oh, damn, like Santa didn't leave it. I guess I'll just have to keep asking him for it. And I was just like, Santa is so sneaky. It's been with me this entire time. I gave him my number. This is the part that me up. He responds. He's like, awesome. I'll text you sometime this next week and maybe we can go get drinks or some shit. Just a moment of silence. Okay. What makes you look at me and think that I want to get drinks or some? Do I look like a drinks or some kind of girl? Like, just be for real. And I'm sure he was just trying to keep it like very casual, but ladies are tired of casual. Like, come with intentions or back off. Like, I just few days goes by, he texts me, and at this point, like, I don't know, the lack of intention already, I'm like, damn, you waited 3 years and it up.
This was probably the reddest red flag in a leftover woman. These women are worn out, physically, mentally, emotionally, and yet look at their entitlement.
It don't matter how old a man gets, he's always gonna have options. Younger, finer, fitter, willing, but they wasted all their time telling all these good men, oh no, you're not my type, and I need a man that's gonna do all this stuff for me. You too broke for me. Y'all brag about the fact that y'all don't cook. You brag about the fact that you're not cleaning for nobody. You brag about the fact that you're selfish. You brag about all these things that are contrary to what a man wants. What happens is they start approaching that wall. Once they are approaching that wall, or once they hit it, they already got kids. They're not in their prime anymore. And then they get frustrated. They try to convert other women and try to convince other women that they also don't need men because now they no longer qualify. Now what are you left with? You're broken, used, washed up, your self-worth, your dignity, all of that done gone. Now what you gonna do? You love talking about yourself and you could do bad all by yourself and it's all about me and because I'm the prize. Where are your results then? If you the prize, who the prize winner? If you the prize, where is the collector of the prize?
They are all going to call her a pick-me, but it is what it is, and women have fumbled big time. Ain't no one traveling back in time to fix this up.
Thanks for watching, brothers. Remember, stay focused, stay free, and keep walking your own path. If you found value in this video, drop a like, share your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more content on self-mastery and independence. Until next time, walk tall, stay true.